Yeah, normally I don't like to make comments that are redundant. I think it's a waste of everyone's time, but I think this is a very important project, so I apologize if some of this is redundant. I think that, I think you've heard already from the public, from us, our preference would be to have a project that started tomorrow. In fact, that was one of the issues that we kind of went round and round on as we tried to structure this agreement, because at the end of the day, we want a project. We don't want a land sale, we want a project. And so we spent a lot of time in our conversations about how can we try and structure a deal that maximizes the incentive to the developer to complete the project and not just tie up the property for some period of time. And you'll see we've structured the deal that there's some incentives to get it done sooner, there's some benefit to him, there's some penalties if he doesn't get it done sooner. And so that is certainly something that we were very cognizant of. There's certainly a risk involved with what we're doing, right? I don't think there's any way to perfectly sell this property. To just sell it, there's a risk of land banking. To leave it too open-ended, the project collapses in the future. So we kind of have to take a risk in order to try and move something forward. And so we tried to look at the quality of the offer, the developer, his intent, what he's trying to do, how it aligned with the general plan that exists today and the zoning that exists today, and put together a package that maximized the public benefit, which is getting a project done at a good purchase price and in a reasonable time frame. We also really looked at this concept of trying to attract a national or a regional retailer as sort of a name brand store. And from conversation I had with the developer and from conversations with staff, some of these name brand national retailers want to have some control over the architecture of their buildings. So to build a spec building, to say let's get that retailer in, causes a problem. And so that's part of the delay that's sort of built into this option timeline. Personally, I'd like to see the shovel in the ground tomorrow. But I really want to see that national or regional retailer, and if that means I have to work a little longer so that the architecture suits them so that I can attract that business, then I'm willing to take that risk up to an extent. I think it's important also to note that while I think all of council is very eager to see this property site developed, we're not in a rush to judgment, because we did go out with this RFQ and we rejected them all. We didn't think they were quality. We didn't think they were, the purchase price was sufficient. We didn't think we were getting the benefit for the public. It's true this application came in outside that process, but when it came in and it had some weight behind it, some, here's a concept, here's what I want to do, not just, hey, I'm interested, I think it behooved the council to take a look at it and really examine how does this align to our goals. And I'm very hopeful that this will get built, that this will not become the hotel project that collapses, and 5 years from now will we all be saying, why do we still have this empty piece of land? But, I tried to the best of my ability to ensure that something would happen. And I really hope that it does. I think that's what we want to see. And I think the public benefit is clear from, if the sale is completed, the property taxes from the retail businesses that will be there. And I'm very hopeful that it'll be completed as fast as possible. And I think one of those dependencies is really upon attracting that national or regional retailer. So I support the option.
Okay. Val?